Who are the best five for the Dallas Cowboys offensive line? I'm going to talk about that more in this video, but listen, before I do, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow Boss Cowboy Sports on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can follow me, the OC100, on Twitter. Okay, it's been a lot of talk and rumbling about the offensive line and who are the best five and who should start and the various scenarios of linemen. If you happen to follow the Dallas Cowboys, in particular, if you follow this channel, my comrade, Boss Cowboy, has talked ad nauseum about the variety of potential combinations that could play out along this offensive line. Now, I may have a slightly different take, and I'm going to get into that and exactly why in this video. And some of the things that I might say are going to surprise you, but listen, you got to wait to the end to hear that because some people haven't thought and considered, or at least I haven't heard them thought and consider some of the things I'm going to share with you at the end of this video. So, the Cowboys starting five. Let's give a little bit of background about that. Listen, we had really, in my opinion, a really great starting five this season, even, with the early injury, unfortunately, of Tyron Smith. Insert the rookie, Tyler Smith, who played fantastic, in my opinion, at the left guard position. All right. And so you also had a little bit of musical chairs with experimentation about Jason Peters playing either tackle, bumping Tyler Smith inside some, bringing in even Josh Ball to play tackle some. That didn't work out really well. Matt Farniok, a little bit of action there as well, starting 3 games, and so on and so forth. At the end of the season, you had Tyron Smith come back because of the unfortunate injury of Terrence Steele tearing his ACL, our starting right tackle, on his way, in my opinion, to his first Pro Bowl. And you insert Tyron Smith in the right tackle position, which he held up fine. He finished the season overall not too bad. So what do the Cowboys do moving forward? In our opinion, and I would even say in my opinion on this channel, we should have drafted a hybrid, a tackle/guard. Nevertheless, we didn't do that. And it was because the thought from the executive team of the Cowboys was that why would we draft there? Because we have depth there.
You got 2 minutes.
We're just getting warmed up.
Well, who would you take?
Personally, I would go with Mozzie because I know that he helps us now with the guard. I love the guard too. My question is, you're adding something to it where we have depth.
So you have the acquisition of Chuma, and we're going to talk more about, and are finishing up actually by the time you see this video, the depth at left guard talk. All right. But we have Chuma. Now the organization is committed to Josh Ball. So now he's going to bump in and try his hand at playing guard, evidently. And so they don't want to invest and didn't want to invest the draft capital there. So we did not invest draft capital there. And so now we got what we got. And so, hey, listen, Tyler Smith, according to Jerry Jones, he sees him playing left tackle. Now, I think it's fantastic for him. That is a position that if he continues to mature up the way he should from year 1 to year 2, he's a guy that gave up 6 sacks and, just turned 20, barely 21. And he's a guy that should really probably be on a Pro Bowl type level this coming season, in my opinion. Now, at the right tackle, you have Tyron Smith, okay? You have Tyron Smith there. And listen, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's a yellow jacket guy, no doubt about it whatsoever. He is fantastic at what he does and has been great for such a long time. It's just that injuries over the last 5 to 6 years has begun to derail the amount of time he's been on the field. But if he's healthy and he's there, it's going to be fantastic for the Cowboys. He's a solid right tackle. He still can get the job done. All right. But the caveat here is what happens if he happens to get hurt. That's what inquiring minds want to know. And how do we deal with that? Because you should know that, in my strong opinion, Terrence Steele is not going to be ready for week 1. I think that he's going to need at least 4 to 6 games into the season before they try to put him on the field if they're looking out for his best interest. So in the event that Tyron Smith gets hurt, who do you go to in that scenario? Enter in Matt Walinsko, who was drafted last year, had a shoulder tear. They should have took him out and let his shoulder heal up and take care of the surgery earlier, but they delayed it. And so now, if an injury happens, he's going to have to be pretty productive, in my opinion, for the Dallas Cowboys until Terrence Steele can get back. Now, we also have the perennial Pro Bowler, the first ballot, in my opinion, Hall of Famer, the great Zach Martin, who's, aging, but still very productive, still really good at the right guard position. And you have no qualms there. In my opinion, he's been a rock. He's been a guy that has not been hurt or missed any significant time and has just been as steady as you can get. So thankfully, you don't have that to worry about. Now, moving on to center. Now we have Tyler Biadasz, right? Tyler Biadasz, listen, has come on, in my opinion, pretty strongly and been very consistent this past season at the center position. I have no worries there. I have no issues there. I think that we'll be fine. We have Alex Lindstrom in the building, the Boston College center, who I did some film on last season. Check that out if you haven't checked that out. He's, in my opinion, will be a viable backup if anything happened. His brother, Chris Lindstrom, is a Pro Bowler offensive lineman that plays for the Atlanta Falcons. So they have good pedigree, great offensive line pedigree in that family. So now, moving to the left guard position, this is where things get tricky. We've heard a lot about Jerry Jones and how they believe that Josh Ball maybe could help us in the left guard position. And the reason being is that he's a good run blocker. Overall, no qualms on run blocking. The issues happen to tackle when you dealt with the pass pro. You dealt with the movement side to side. You dealt with the stiff legs and the feet that couldn't move up and off of the grass to stay in front of defenders, but moving straight ahead. Hey, you've had all of this go on and you just move him in, to guard. I mean, he's like a man that has 9 lives. So, hey, good for him. But then you don't draft a guy. You have Chuma there, and Chuma has had some injuries. We did a film study on him, right? And he's a guy that is, in my opinion, similar, but could be a little bit better than Josh Ball in terms of explosiveness coming off of the football and moving forward. So in my opinion, that's a wash. Moving side to side, he's okay. I haven't seen Josh Ball play guard yet, but in my opinion, they're similar. So who's the fix? Because you didn't draft a guy, you didn't bring in a free agent yet. You did not do anything to address this besides trust and believe in your internal depth. And the eyesight that we don't have is that we haven't seen these guys work out. We don't know exactly their progress and where they are right now. But based upon the information that we know, I'm going to give my analysis. The best guy for the position is a guy that we probably hadn't talked about enough, and it's Matt Farniok. Matt Farniok, he started 3 games last year. He's appeared in numerous games for the Cowboys in his first 2 years, right? And so, listen, if he makes the jump, if he is what you need him to be, then it's going to be fantastic for the Cowboys moving forward. Believe me on that. I'm telling you. So, listen, and I'm going to tell you why. He's an underrated prospect. He was drafted in the 7th round. And all of that I don't know why he got drafted in the 7th round, but what I can tell you this from a scouting perspective, if you understand, there's something called the RAS score, the relative athletic score. And it's basically a sum total of metrics that you would utilize to basically describe a player, to get an idea about a player, things of that nature, okay? And this is what you find with Matt Farniok, okay? He has time at guard and center, okay? And he scored a 9.9 on a possible 10-point scale. That's almost perfect. That's almost perfect. 9.9, okay? And so we'll put up the graph for you here, and you'll be able to see this RAS score. But Matt Farniok, here's the deal. Look, 9.9 out of 10, all right? So metrics, and I'll cover them quickly. His height, all right? In terms of the metrics, if you look at this, you'll see good being yellow, great being green, all right? So he had, great height, 6'5", right? Good weight, 311, really good on the bench press, 28 reps, all right? Explosive grade, 9.7, which is great. And that's a composite of two things: a vertical jump, which is just standing explosion. He had a 33-inch vertical. That's jumping for a big fella. At 300 and almost 15 pounds, a 33-inch vertical, that's jumping. He had a broad jump of 809, which is considered good. But if you combine those two, that's a great score. Now, he also had a great composite speed score, okay, which was based on three things: the 40, the 20-yard split, and the 10-yard split. The 40 was a 5.2. The 20-yard split halfway there was 3 seconds, and a 10-yard split was 1.72, which basically is letting you know that he has explosive burst. That 10-yard split being the most important. He has explosive burst. Now, here's where it's elite, okay? And this is why I think overall package, is he as strong coming off the ball as Chuma? He might not be in terms of just raw movement. Can he get the job done and block and stay in front of people and do what he needs to do? Absolutely. Can he get adequate movement? Absolutely. But this is where you want him if you talk about protecting your quarterback on pass pro. He's elite in composite agility score. All right, his shuttle was a 4.47. That's moving. That's a 9.59 on the scale of 0 to 10.0. His 3-cone, which is changing direction left and right and running around a circle and coming back around the horn, was a 7.9. That was 9.98, almost perfect on a composite agility score. So Matt Farniok is our secret sauce, ladies and gentlemen, because we have not drafted or addressed this in free agency. He is the guy that has to come through and mature. He is our best chance right now to have a complete offensive guard in that left guard position. Matt Farniok is the man. He's my vote to win the job. If he shows up and he takes care of business, he'll win this job. And the Cowboys, actually, the more I think about it, they just might be okay. Let me know your thoughts below. If you agree, if you disagree, give me a detailed comment, all right? And let me know why. Just don't say something, all right? Follow Boss Cowboy Sports on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can follow me, the OC100, on Twitter. And until next time, salute.